for today's cup of coffee.
Cup of coffee.
Yeah. The news cycle is insane.
It's a shit show.
And with the geomagnetic storms and different things like that. So rather than trying to discuss some of the things, because I am nerd.
Nerd.
And I have to be...
Echoing in the distance. Nerd.
I have to be cognizant of youngest kid over here who is Pisces and planetary alignments and, you know...
Yeah, no, I should like that Pisces shit and where stuff is in Pisces. A lot of stuff has been in Pisces this year.
It has, and it's just sort of magnified in him. And so I'm trying to do things that are not as much in the spoopy and more in the silly.
Yeah. It's like I tried to watch, told you about House or Wife Swap. How many of y'all that watch us have watched Wife Swap? That show upset me.
Yeah.
Greatly.
And
I can't watch it.
One of the things but it put him on this cleaning tangent, and I'm like, here, honey, let me get you a dustpan.
It's... yeah.
He had found a positive outlet.
Yeah. Like
that's great.
Like rather than just sitting there thinking about it or even doom scrolling, consuming more of it, it's like, no, I can't. I need to do something else rather than...
Yes. Do something physical. Mm-hmm. As far as, take a lap. That was what back in the day, that's how we were, those of us that are Gen X and stuff, if whatever, it's go take a lap.
Well, shit, I need to do that too.
Yeah. Because physical exercise can help. It is a positive outlet for negative emotions.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so not everybody is geared to deal with some of this stuff that's going on right now. And this is where, and don't, if somebody can't handle something, don't force it on them. Mm-hmm. That is just their makeup. And some people, there is such a thing as hypersensitive people.
Yeah. And it's not necessarily like we mean to be this way, or it's not even necessarily controllable.
I think it's a spiritual thing.
Yeah. It's like seriously, it just messes with your whole fucking energy.
Yeah. And with some of these people, as far as you can try to help them be more resilient, but the main thing it is trying to help them learn how to cope with what they can't control and control what they can control in a positive manner.
Yeah.
Because when you come across some of these people, and this bullshit, you're just a weak person, that does nobody any good. Mm-hmm. Because these people do not need more judgment.
No. No, they do not.
And that is one of the things that bothers Kid greatly, is seeing other people dictate to other people how that they should live.
It does. It's just like they're on their own journey. Let them live. Let them be.
Right. And like I said, it's one of those, if these other people have got all of this figured out, let them ascend and leave the rest of us down here.
Right. And if they stumble, if they fall, don't fucking ridicule them. Help, just give them a hand. Mm-hmm. And be like, hey, I'm here to help you back up. Absolutely. If you want.
And that was like the scripture as far as whatever is pure and good and lovely. Think on those things. And that's one of the reasons.
Crystal clear glass.
Yeah. I mean, he cleaned the windows here in the living room and stuff, and it's like spectacular.
I'm still not happy with the inside
and
part.
Just grateful that he had the energy to do that, because I don't anymore.
Well, I understand that. And now that I'm like, the frontal lobe is snapping into place, it's helping a lot with like me catching up on shit that I should have been doing years ago.
Well, you just weren't at that level. And it is that hard realization of when to get there and go, parents aging, parents not able to do what they used to could do, parents mortal.
Yeah, and losing parents is a
the
visceral fear.
Sure. I think it's anybody's visceral fear if they have any kind of positive relationship with parents.
Yeah.
But again, with the news cycle and stuff, and you got one group it's all happy, and you got the other group it's all sad, and I'm just like, I ain't,
Yeah, no,
I have removed myself from this news cycle for a period of time. I have to be very selective on that also, because it's not.
Right now is not the time to be head deep into that shit.
It is not, because it is a matter of all this shit is designed to pit people against each other.
Right, and it's completely pulling them away from what they actually should be doing, which
Absolutely.
is finding commonalities in one another and working to help each other.
Absolutely. Because neither side is totally right and neither side is totally wrong.
Right.
And so to try to pull from that, and this is where blessed are the peacemakers. The ones with the, reasonable, cooler heads that can sit there and go, okay. It was funny because when I was doing group and stuff like that, I didn't use it as the technique as much as other people did. But there was like it was a talking stick was what it was called. And you had to be careful. You had to know which kids to use this with. When I was in the level 4 security, you couldn't give those children a stick.
Talking stick? That's a ventriloquist dummy.
No, what it is, usually it was like a dowel rod or something like that. And whoever had the talking stick, it was their turn to speak.
Okay.
And then everybody else was to remain quiet. What it was a matter of teaching self-control, especially in those kids that had impulse control issues. Mm-hmm. Taking turns, being polite, different things like that. Those are some of the skill building. Apparently, we got a whole lot of people that missed out on some of those basic things.
Yeah.
Because if everybody is talking, and especially if everybody is screaming, no one is listening.
Right. Right. I mean, damn, you have to be willing to listen.
Exactly. And I think that is part of the main problem. No one is willing to listen because they are convinced that they alone are right.
If you're wise in your own eyes, you're not wise at all.
Right, it's foolish. You can learn something. Learn why the other person sees the world the way that they do. Learn to see through their eyes.
Right. Right. It's a matter of gaining a new perspective.
You don't, just because you listen to what somebody else has to say does not mean that you have to, adopt that.
Yeah.
Is your point of view so fragile that you can't even listen to what someone else has to say?
Right. And a lot of people's are.
Coffee slurps.
Like, seriously, like any sort of thing that goes against their paradigm or their perception of whatever, it sets them off.
It does. It does. And we have a lot of people that are in a very volatile place.
Yeah.
Mentally, emotionally. And needlessly.
That's the main thing. It is needless a lot of the time. Most of the time. If not all.
Yeah. Going back to the theme of this, which is avoidance of the other. I can be aware of something. I can sit and watch something for a while, listen to what somebody has to say and go, okay, I'm done. Because I have that moon in Gemini.
Yeah.
Kid does not have that.
No.
So I have to try to modify. I am willing to make concession and work with him to where I can hear what I need to hear and that he doesn't have to be exposed to it. Headphones have been around for a minute.
Yeah. Yeah. They have. And now they got wireless headphones, which you can just, get up and go.
Having respect for him and understanding what's going on with him, that's more important to me than any of the talking heads. Any of them.
Yeah. Like, I'm not too far off from a crying spell anyway.
Right.
But a lot of this shit, it just
Because he's
It
also
breaks.
empathic. It's a hell of a time to be empathic.
It hurts.
It does.
Like, seriously, like, I'm worried with all the shit that's going on right now. If I would not be surprised if I end up in an asylum at some point. Not in an asylum, because those don't exist, but like the heavy duty, mental facilities.
Well, if you will listen to some guidance as far as the grounding. Now, that was something that Stefan Burns, that you have the option to go back and listen to that video. He's done a whole video. I think it's an hour long. He's very easy to listen to. He's very calm. He has a calming energy to him.
He does. Because he does the grounding.
Yeah. He practices what he be preaching. And so he explains things. And a lot of times, for me, if I have an understanding of what's going on, I'm going, oh, okay, that's it. All right, it's not just me.
Yeah.
And some of the things that I search for, and the algorithms on any of these websites and stuff, if you watch certain things, they're going to give you more of that, from my understanding of it. And on X, again, I'm very selective. And I have seen some of the coolest stuff today. Because that's what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
And that's what I share with others for the most part. I try to, every now and then I'll make one of these, political something or whatever it is, which is not hooray for me and shit on everybody else. It's like, look, this is a person, to sit there and understand that these people are sort of brainwashed. Everybody's sort of brainwashed right now. Everybody.
Yeah.
But one of the videos, the channel, page, whatever the hell they call them on X, is Science Girl. And Joe Schmo was familiar with her. And she shares amazing things. And one of the ones that I had watched before we started to record, these little peoples, not midgets, it's children's. What?
I'll let you tell your thing before I say it.
They were little, like 1 year old and stuff, that they needed corrective lenses. They needed glasses.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I wonder what was wrong with the baby's eyes that he couldn't see, or that they. And there were quite a few of them. And without going into that, because it's easy for me to go too deep with subjects, they put the glasses on these children, which was a challenge, because anytime you're trying to put something on a small child head, that you've got to fight. But the faces on each and every one of those children was incredible. It was just this, oh.
It's that wonderment.
And I told Kid, I said, that's weird, because a lot of times when I'm looking through some of the things that I'm looking for on X, I have the exact same look.
Yeah.
They had shown this huge piece of fluorite, and it was incredible because it was purple, and fluorite is one of the few things that's extremely geometric. But and so you got to see the different corners, the different angles of it as you turn the stone. And then on one side of it, it was this yellowish, it was a sort of a deep amber color. And then it faded into almost like an orange when it joined in with the purple.
Yeah.
Incredible.
It was really, really cool. And it's not often that nature produces square things.
Yeah, not usually. Well, it's like salt and sugar. Those are in cubes.
Yeah. And no matter how you cut it, because people have tried to cut salt, it always ends up in a cube.
Yeah. Yeah, but it has to be a specific chemical, whatever it is, and it's like, that's above my pay grade. And flowers. The people with the flowers. That's just amazing. They had shown somebody that had found a hummingbird that had become entangled in a spider's web. And it was hanging upside down. And this individual took the bird, cleaned the spider web off of it, brought it inside, made sure that it was okay because it was kind of stunned. I don't know how long it had been there.
Yeah.
But the hummingbird, I'm sure that they probably fed it, and it was flying around inside the house. And then when they let it out, there near where this person's home was, it had a nest.
Aww.
And so they got to see the baby hummingbirds.
That's so cool.
And when somebody tells you one person can't make a difference, oh, to that hummingbird,
Yeah.
it certainly did.
Yeah.
And that's just like as far as our backdrop, which is the Bigfoot report locations. And the folks from up in West Virginia, they had their festival. And they had apparently a lot of success.
Mm-hmm.
And they were talking about the Bigfoot convention down in Tennessee, but that actually somebody was saying that the one in West Virginia has bigger crowds. I mean, we're talking thousands.
Damn, that's a whole ass convention.
Yeah, and that they had what they did, they had speakers and they have vendors and all kinds of things. And so
Bigfoot anime convention.
yeah, even though I wasn't able to go, I enjoyed them sharing the pictures.
Yeah.
Because it was somebody else having fun.
Yeah.
And to sit there and go, maybe next year we'll get to go.
Mm-hmm. That's stuff I try to focus on. That's why I do like to watch a lot of like home movies or something, especially like vacation movies.
Right.
I like, or just anything that they're doing in general. That's fun.
Sure.
And I love doing that because it gives me hope in like, okay, at one point I will be able to do that too.
Right.
We'll be able to do that.
And it's just like, even as far as there's several of them that I watch, that it's got the so many days until Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, yes,
It's
one
on its
day
way.
closer.
Summerween.
Yeah. Because it's fun. And it's a commonality that I have with some of these other people. And this is how you do.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I like Halloween. You like Halloween too? Cool. What do you like most about Halloween? Not everything
Dressing
has
up.
to be. You don't want somebody that is a carbon copy of you.
No. Speaking of fun, you want to know what people are doing now?
What's that?
Dressing up as little wizards.
Well, cool.
So they're putting sheets on their head. Sometimes they have an actual wizard hat. Or this one dude, he goes into the mall and does this. Like, they full on crouch down like duck walk
Oh, that's funny.
with a thing. And dude that goes into the mall, he has this little, I don't know
Wand?
what color it is. It's not a wand. It's like a net.
Okay.
So it's like a butterfly net, and he's waving it around like just hobbling around in the stores, and sometimes he does get kicked out, but it's funny.
Trying to bring joy to people.
Yeah. And he's hiding under people's chairs and stuff like
Well,
that.
now that I can see how that would be a little bit,
Like, he'll run up, like, they'll see him run up to them, and it's not like even a perverted way. It's just like,
right.
I'm hiding.
And there are a lot of people that have forgotten how to have fun.
Yeah. And that's before we started recording. That's that childlike wonderment.
Yeah.
And
It doesn't take a lot for me.
people think when you become an adult, you have to basically kill the inner child and just be this boring, bland, uptight person. And that's not the case.
No. The thing is, even as someone ages, that inner child is still there. That is part of that individual.
Yeah.
It doesn't go away. Neither does the adolescent. Now, it's a matter of integration. We've talked about dissociative identity disorder before. But it is a matter of integrating these different parts of self into the whole.
Uh-huh.
All those things, all those experiences, for it to flow into this current moment.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a matter of this hard and fast, oh, I can't do this anymore. I can't do this anymore. I can't. Who says?
Right.
According to who?
Right. You're never too old to be on a swing set.
Right. Right.
You're never too old to go out and dance in the woods or something.
Exactly. or to go out and walk barefooted in the rain if you want to do that. It's a matter
Dance
of...
in the rain.
Yes. Yes. And so during this period of time when you've got out, and it's your choice. If you're a news hound, knock yourself out. Mm-hmm. Because right now you can become drunk on it.
Oh, shit.
But for those of us that just a different vibe and not wanting to get drawn into all that, because personally, I think it's dangerous. I think when you are othering and when you fall into that trap of us versus them,
Yeah.
find out who the them is and who the us supposedly is.
Right. Right.
Because right now, I am thoroughly convinced it's humans versus these forces of darkness. I'm not the only one that has been preaching that for years. Scripture tells us that. I believe that.
Yeah.
But it also from the same book that it says, whatever is pure and good and lovely, think on those things. Or not. It's choice. We all have choice.
We do.
But rather than sitting and pondering about something that, whatever, I would rather ponder that, let's hope that Bigfoot is not coming down the side of the mountain.
I would try to befriend the Bigfoot. I really would.
Oh, I would rather focus on those lovely, lovely flowers that have been presented in my feed and just simple human kindness.
Yeah.
People that are incredible artists. Different things like that. Mm-hmm. But that's just me. I don't think kind of odd.
I don't think it's just you. I think there's a lot of people that will agree with you on that.
Well, I think a lot of times people
and see what you
forget.
See. Yeah. People.
I think they forget that they have the option of sometimes just clicking the mouse or turning off whatever it is and changing the channel. Choosing, making better choices.
Right.
Make good choices.
Yeah.
Final thoughts.
Choose joy. Choose happiness. Choose love.
Absolutely. And that is the thing about, we're all over the page in our little, paddling pirate ghost ship. And that's okay because we have a tendency to flow wherever the Spirit leads us. Mm-hmm. Each and every day. So, if you've had experiences...
Water sign, you just roll with the tides.
Yeah. Be like water.
Do you have any water signs in your chart?
I'm sure that I do someplace through there, but...
And also, why is Aquarius named Aquarius when, Aqua...
It's an air sign.
Yeah.
I don't know. Aquarian, the water bearer, but it's air. I don't know. That's all. I don't know how these people came up with this stuff. How did they look up in the sky and decide that some of these stars looked like some of these things that other than the Big Dipper? I can get that one.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the only thing. It looks like a pot.
Maybe somebody was smoking some of the good stuff or something.
I don't know. But seriously, it doesn't even look like a ladle. It looks like one of those just pots that you boil pasta in.
Well, but that's what a ladle used to be.
Oh, is that really?
Mm-hmm. That it was a dipper. It had a long handle, and so that's how that came to be.
Oh, okay.
So I got that one.
Okay, I get you now. I didn't know that they used to look like, pots.
Yeah. Yeah. But some of this other stuff, I'm like, I just don't see it. I never did. Even I've got a vivid, imagination, but not that. When it comes to that stuff, I'm like, that's weird.
It's easier to just look in the clouds and see shapes.
Yes, I love doing that.
Yeah.
If it's been a while since you went out and looked at clouds to see what you could see, today would be a good day for you to go out and do that if you got clouds.
The other day, there was a cloud, and no joke, it either looked like a whale or a dolphin. Mm-hmm. And it was like, oh, that is so awesome.
Oh, yeah. It's just simple joys. Mm-hmm. Simple appreciation of the beauty and the awe of the Creator who made all this. Yeah. Yep. That's it. It's simple. We're simple.
We try to be simple, but we get dragged into complex shit.
Sometimes it's a matter of learning to respond rather than react, or whichever way it goes.
And sometimes we make things more complex than they need to be as well.
Yeah.
Everybody does that.
Well, that's where it's a matter of doing a little bit of self-check every now and then, going, damn, I'm overthinking this.
Yeah.
Let me back it up a little bit. Backing up.
Backing up. Wow. You backed up.
If you've had experiences with paranormal or supernatural, encounters with UFOs, aliens, cryptids, tinfoil hats, if you've seen or heard the Sasquatch, keep him down there wherever you at.
I'm going to try to befriend him and pet him and bring him home and be like, Mama, look who I'm friends with now.
No. Oh, God. If anybody would do it, it would be him, for real. You can send us an email, cupofcoffeewithscream@gmail.com, and that's there in the description box.
Yeah, and if you like this video, leave a comment, like, share, and click that notification button for daily notifications of our daily uploads. I don't know if it works or not, but it likes the affection, so go ahead and give it a ding. Check her out on BitChute and Rumble, where Landis Cup of Coffee with Scream. Check her out on X, previously known as Twitter. Rolanda, COCWS. It's like a radio station call sign. It's pretty cool on there.
Yeah, I try to repost the stuff that's cool. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, that way you don't have to, you may not have the same people. You may not be subscribed to the same people that I am.
Yeah.
And you might. It might be, it's like, she liked it and then she reposted it. I think that's how it works.
Yeah.
I don't know how any of it works. Anyhow, know that you are loved.
Mm-hmm.
Treat other people the way that you would like to be treated.
Yes.
And Lord willing, we'll see you on the next go.
Uh-huh.
Bye.
Bye.